The timing of Netflix's pandemic, the official story versus the truth. Netflix just released this. Do you really think that this is just a coincidence? This being released right as the Wuhan, China outbreak? I'm going to give you an introduction today, and I need to say a few things. So, number one is I misspoke on my last broadcast. It wasn't 500 million people died from the Spanish flu in 1918. A half a billion people were infected, and they think between 50 million and 100 million people died. And in future broadcasts, I'm going to go into the Spanish flu of 1918 and show you indications that that could have been biowarfare also. Biowarfare has been going on for thousands of years, and I will also be getting into that with you. But today, I just want to give you an introduction of what could be going on. It's what I'm talking about is no fairy tale. They want you to think it's a fairy tale, but it's not. Uh, I've been reporting on the New World Disorder for 30 plus years, and you'll have to excuse me. I'm going to repeat myself quite a bit because I don't know how many new viewers are in here. But I try to give as many facts as I can. But we're in such a state of emergency right now in this world that I give a lot of commentary and I use my website to back up what I'm saying. It's a good place to research. So, yes, I give my view on things, and I've been doing this a long time, and things like Netflix's pandemic coming out right as this Wuhan, China, I don't think it's a coincidence at all. And here's another thing that I've mentioned yesterday, but I need to mention again. Mainstream media is very aware of biological warfare, and they are very aware that it was tested on civilians for decades and decades, even hundreds of years. But all the official stories will not, mainstream media you will never hear them use the word biological warfare when covering Wuhan, China, even though they know the long history of governments around the world using it on civilians. And folks, if there's one thing that I've learned in all these years, is the official story is usually BS. The official story is for suckers. Dig deeper to find the real story. Okay, let me go to what I built I'm building an article on my website. It's on the home page. The timing of the Netflix pandemic, the official story versus the truth. And I want to show you a few things to back up what I'm saying. Let's go to the first story. I talked about this before, but I need to repeat these things for the introduction. George Bush Jr. was on CNN talking about quarantining parts of America in case of a virus outbreak. Now, this is back when he was president, but he still said it, and he talked about bringing in the military to quarantine parts of America. This is a president telling us that. Should we not listen? No fairy tale, and you won't hear mainstream media telling you about Bush talking about quarantining parts of America. Check your nightly news, see if you hear him even mention the word biological warfare. And that's the video that you can watch of Bush saying that. As a matter of fact, I captured that video myself off CNN one day. Here's the next one to show you this is not a fairy tale that I'm talking about. HIV created by scientists for biological warfare. This is from a Nobel Peace Prize winner who says HIV created by scientists for biological warfare. So now you have a president and a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Okay, let me go to the next one here. Well, let me go to this one down here first. This is from the Washington Post. The Army conducted 239 secret open-air germ warfare tests on civilians. No fairy tale. And U.S. is not the only country. I'll show you here in a minute many other countries, and it'll take you straight to that article so you can read it. Yeah, let's go to a list. Let me see if I got it. A list of biowarfare institutions, programs, projects, and sites by country. Let me see if I can get this up for you so you can read it. I'm just going to go through a few. U.S. Army Biological Warfare Laboratories, Building 470. And then if you go and click on, you don't have to click, just hover over it and it'll open up a pop-up for you called Anthrax Tower. Operation Whitecoat. Pursued medical research using volunteer and enlisted personnel who were enlisted personnel. Operation Big Itch. Using uninfected fleas to determine their coverage and survivability as biological agents. Operation Big Buzz. Georgia. These tests involved dispersing over 300,000 mosquitoes from aircraft and through ground dispersal methods. Operation Dropkick. I'm not going through all of these, folks. I'm just going to give you examples. You can go straight to my article and read all about this. Where am I at? Did I say Big Buzz? No, Dropkick. Employing mosquitoes to carry warfare agents in different ways. But there are all the projects. Now we go to the United Kingdom, the same thing. Soviet Union, the same thing. Japan, the same thing. Iraq, the same thing. South Africa, Rhodesia, Canada. And that's what we have been told about. Imagine what we haven't been told about. I've also got the history of biological warfare that you can read up on. And this last one here is from the Daily Mail. We must urgently prepare for man-made viruses that are easy to develop and could wipe out tens of millions of people, scientists warn. Okay, here's what exposes this charade more than anything else, and that's mainstream media. Mainstream media will never use the word biological warfare. They won't even mention it, even though they know about all this. But yet it is not brought to the table and even mentioned. That's the clamp that the powers that be have on the media in this world. This is some video from Wuhan, China. And I'll be coming on with more information for you soon. And thank you for watching, and we will talk to you later.